Hey, and welcome to Vegan Steven's Food for All, where I show you the foods I cook in my vegan kitchen, and you should try them too, because it's good for you, your kids, their kids, and the earth. Today I want to show you how I make Sesame Bok Choy. This is a great side dish for any Asian meal. It looks stunning and it's really versatile. Today I'm going to use bok choy, but you could use kale, spinach, or any other green of your choice. Let's get started. We're going to begin by prepping our bok choy. First I'm going to take a large bowl and fill it with cold water and a little bit of vegetable wash. Here's the bok choy. Now I love bok choy. It's relatively inexpensive, it's tasty, it looks great. Here I'm going to prepare it on its own, but it's great in stir fries, soups, or really anything. We're going to start by picking off each leaf of bok choy at the root and tossing each leaf into our vegetable wash. Once we've removed each leaf from the root, we're going to give our bok choy a thorough wash to remove any grit. Next, we'll transfer our washed bok choy into a colander and rinse with cold water to remove any lingering vegetable wash. Here's our vibrant washed bok choy. Our plan with this bok choy is to blanch it quickly in water, then dress it in a sesame sauce. So let's make the sauce. First up, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Next, 1 teaspoon of rice wine vinegar. 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. This is where the name Sesame Bok Choy comes from. 1 clove of minced garlic for a little punch. The green parts of 2 scallions sliced thinly, a couple cracks of fresh black pepper, and our final ingredient, my favorite, Gochugaru, or Korean red pepper flake. This stuff is way better than that red pepper flake you're used to using in Italian dishes and typical food that you might be cooking. That typical red pepper flake's pretty spicy but doesn't have much else going on. This Korean red pepper flake has so many different layers of flavor. It's got tons of depth, it's super earthy, has a little bit of sweetness to it along with some heat, and it's really great. If you can't get this, of course, you could substitute with a bit of sriracha or just use normal red pepper flake, but you can find this stuff on Amazon or at any local Asian market, so go try to find it and use it. The final ingredient we're going to add is sesame seeds, but we're going to hold off for now. If we add these to the sauce now, they're going to sog out and not do us much good. The reason we want to add them is for a little bit of texture and crunch, so we're going to save those for later. Now we're going to mix up our sauce so it's ready to go. I realized once I completed the sesame bok choy that it needed a little bit of sweetness, so I'd adjust the recipe and maybe add about a teaspoon of granulated sugar, brown sugar, or maple syrup here. Moving over to the stove top, I've got a wok with a bunch of water in it. We're going to bring that to a rolling boil so we can blanch our bok choy. Now remember, our bok choy has fibrous stems and tender leaves. So to blanch this, we're going to use a technique where we dip those fibrous stems into the water for about 15 seconds or so. Once those have had a little bit of a head start, we're going to drop the rest of the bok choy in and let that go for another 30 seconds until everything is nice and wilted. You're looking for the greens to wilt down to the point where they'll flop over when you pick them up out of the water. Work in batches until each batch of bok choy is blanched. That's right, each batch of bok choy is blanched. Once each batch is blanched, you're going to remove it and dump it into an ice bath or cold water to stop the cooking process, shock the bok choy, retain the green color and the crunch. Here's my ice bath with my cooked bok choy. Next, we're going to strain our bok choy, squeeze as much water as we can out of it, and it's ready to go. You could chop this up if you wanted to, and at this point it will be cold or room temperature. If that weirds you out for whatever reason, you could toss it in the microwave for 30 seconds just before you assemble it. With that said, let's assemble our final product. Toss your bok choy in with your sauce and mix thoroughly. Then add in about a tablespoon of those sesame seeds from earlier. Give that all a thorough mix, then you're ready to plate up and enjoy. I hope you'll try this at home. All in all, it takes about 15 minutes. It's relatively inexpensive, it's a great side dish, and it looks and tastes fantastic. Thanks, and be sure to subscribe below for more cooking videos.